What up, world? It is your boy, and this is the Gangsta Rap Odyssey, back for another revisit, and today it's Mace's Harlem World. First off, I want to give props to the homie Saint Vintage, who requested that we revisit, react, or review this record. I said, hey, that's a good idea. It was a good idea, man. If you have any idea for another album for me to check out in the channel, let me know in the comments, all right? I'm always down to do that. So, Mace, Harlem World. I was probably a senior in high school when this album dropped. Bad Boy was doing it big. They was doing it big at that time. Puffy was everywhere on TV, wasn't he? Y'all remember that? He's everywhere on TV now, but back then it was for different reasons. He's everywhere on TV. Their records are just selling hot, Bad Boy. Biggie was just gone though. He just passed away a couple years before, right? Was it 95, 96? Anyways, it just seemed like yesterday. Biggie was gone and Puffy needed a new sidekick, mouthpiece, really a new writer, So enter Mace. And I can't say I knew a lot about Mace. He was someone who sounded kind of like Puffy on that Mo Money, Mo Problems track from Big, but he was a good hype man. Sidekick, I thought he was holding his own on Puffy's No Way Out record, that compilation-ish type of album. He finally drops his solo several months after No Way Out, and I picked up the CD and I kept it in rotation for a bit. Back then it wasn't as gangsta as the 98 albums that dropped, so it kind of went into oblivion for me, only to be occasionally played when the mood was right. We saw releases in 98 like 8 Ball Lost and Ice Cube, War, Devin the Dude, Ren. So you could see how this kind of got lost easily. Whatever. But 20 some years later, we ask ourselves today, how does this record hold up, man? How does Harlem World hold up in 2024? Does it age well? Is it a classic? What is it? How gangsta is it? How gangsta is this record? First solo record by Mace. I wouldn't say it was highly anticipated. This was like the year of DMX, if you remember back then. This was the year that we were looking for that Tupac and Biggie replacement. Who was gonna carry the torch in the gangsta rap game? Because make no mistake, Biggie and Pac were gangsta rap. They, rap at this point, it was getting kind of soft, I thought, Truces were getting made. Coasts and labels were joining hands. And I don't know, it was all, everybody's showing peace and love and whatever. This is even before 9/11, man. So this is all well and good, but made things a little bit, I don't know, man, boring, soft. It was a phase, We had to come together as coasts and make peace. So Mace drops. This rapper we've heard little from, and if I'm being honest, he was kind of a Puff goon, just a goon for Puff Daddy. That's my opinion though, The Mo Money, Mo Problems video hits, and the world loves it. And it's more what Puffy does though, flashy shit and dancing. And Mace looks like he's kind of made to order from Bad Boy Records. But it puts him on the map, To me, though, they kind of look like these Disney rappers right here, Looking back, maybe that's all hindsight. But, it puts him on the map, though. He's on the map from this video. But the question still remains, is Mace a made-to-order Disney rapper? Or does he carry the torch for gangsta rap? Is he even a gangsta rapper? Let's find out. All right, let's take a look at the wiki here. Mace, Harlem World. The debut studio album, yeah, we know, in October of 1997. Let's see the ratings, man. What do we got? All Music, 4 out of 5. All right, A-, B+. Damn, 7 out of 10 from Rap Reviews. That might be the lowest one, a 3 out of 5. The only one that's cap is this Rolling Stone album guide. That one's probably cap. 3 out of 5, that just seems like almost mid, Not bad, though. Pretty high ratings overall. Let's see what we got for producers. Angeletti all over it, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Neptunes on Looking At Me? I didn't know that. Damn, Stevie J. Yeah, we got Stevie J and Benzino out there on Spotify now. What do we got? Angeletti, Combs. Jermaine Dupri was Cheat on You? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't like that song, so whatever. What else? What else? Combs, J Dub, Jealous Guy. Wanna Hurt Mace was Lawrence. I wonder who Lawrence is. That's cool. And then we're gonna see all kinds of samples. Man, look at that shitload of samples because Puffy loves the '80s. So let's see where it did it or what it did on the charts. All right, one R&B hip hop Billboard 1 8 UK 53 UK albums. I don't know what that is, man. The Canadian #1 Australia didn't give a shit. But look at this. 4 times platinum, baby. Damn, that's insane. In Canada, apparently it went 3 times platinum. But look at these numbers, man. 4 million. I don't know why it says 300,000 up there for 3 times platinum in Canada. Maybe it's supposed to be 3 million. Either way, man, that is a shitload of sales. So, hey, he got on just at the right time, man. He's probably still eating from it. May's Harlem World. All right, now we got the physical, so we got to get physical. But you're also in for another treat, man, because we got the cassette too. Let's do this. All right, check it out, man. Mace, Harlem World, the CD. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We got the Harlem World tattoo. Wonder what that looks like these days. Did he get more tattoos? I don't know, man. Murder Mace, Pastor Mace. Mace has all kinds of identities. I like this logo though, Mace Harlem World. Really takes me back, man. 1997, can you believe it? This came out in 1997. Not quite 30 years ago, but close. We got it's a cool case, man. They got some graphics going up here, way to the edge. Really taking up that space. Nice, man. You felt like you got your money's worth with this guy just by looking at the cover and shit. And I haven't even opened it up inside yet. Bad Boy Records there. Let's turn it around there. Mace Harlem World Bad Boy Records. Digital stereo. Ooh. But here's a better look at it. Back of the CD. You got that Bad Boy logo. Nice, nice. Long track listing. Very long. And yeah, let's open it up, man. What was it like opening this baby up back in the day, man? Who knows? I was probably in my homie's car and we're like, yeah, let's check out Mace. Who knows? And we just like opened it up, like pow, bam. And that's what we saw. Bam. Hmm. I thought, man, this is way too clean for me, man. Way too clean. But it was Bad Boy. They were kind of a gangsta, kind of flossy. Cool shit though. Cool shit. What's behind the CD here? Just a nice white case, you know, closely at the CD here, we got the Bad Boy logos. Oh, they got two variations of the Bad Boy logo. I forgot about that. It's cool, man. Yeah, they actually did a pretty good job on this CD. Very clean. Reminds me a lot of Puff Daddy and the Family, the whole format. Um, this out here. Let's take a look at the CD booklet now. All right, here we got Mace. I like the cover, man. They blurred most of him and then unblurred just pieces of him. I don't know. It's original. This is gonna be book style, huh? All right, cool, cool. You know, I don't want to read too much into the credits because it's all on the wiki. But give you a quick zoom in here. Why not? Puff's intro, Puffy Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment. You know it. D Dot. The Mad Rapper. So it's cool, man. It's cool. Got some a lot of pictures of Mace. A lot of Mace pictures. Like he's in every single one of these. A lot of the space was just taken up with Mace's face. But yeah, it's cool, man. It worked. I mean, look at that. You know, girls probably loved all this, man. Oh, Mace, Mace.
I really think that if you bought this, you got your money's worth back in the day. You know, you're like, all right, there's nothing like a cool CD booklet, to go with your new CD that you put your hard earned money on. A lot of shit to read while you're bumping it. It's cool. And then we got Bad Boy Mace on the back. It's pretty cool, man. I think it turned out really, really good, you know? And then here we have for dramatic effect. Peace. Nice blue CD, nice cover. You can't go wrong. Let's take a look at the cassette now. I didn't have the cassette back in the day, so I always get a kick out of checking out these cassettes. Check out the hype sticker there. World is his. Long awaited solo debut. Feels so good. Puffy on there. Rental advisory sticker. Thank you, Al Gore. I got the side here. Bad Boy Records. Mace Harlem World. I like the cassette label on here. Look how cool that looks. Much better than just the little tiny one that you can't really see on CDs. But people are looking at covers on CDs. On the tapes, you're going to the cassette rack, you got to look at this. That's pretty cool. I love it. Look at the back here, man. That's so badass. I don't know, man. I love this nerd shit, man. I really do. What do we got? 1997 Bad Boy. Pretty cool. Fucks with it. Side A, side B. I wonder. Check this out. Oh, cassette. Let's check out side A here first. What was the last song on side A? Oh, Ends Wanna Act. We Could Act featuring Busta Rhymes. That was the end of side A. So then, man, look at that. That's so cool. Bad Boy on a cassette. OG, man. This is some antique shit right here. Feels So Good was the first song on side B. Huh. All right, man. I guess, I guess. Yes, that works. Like I said. What do we got here, man? All right. This is going to unfold like, I don't know, man. Look at that. That shit's crazy. It's like, boom. I'll just let it scroll. And then the other side, a little more of the same. Still got the thank yous, the credits. Same thing that we have on the CD, just kind of popped in differently. They did a good job, though. Not rushed at all. I like it. I don't know if it's collectors or what. It wasn't hard to find. Found it on eBay. Pretty cheap, too. So, I ain't mad. Didn't spend that much on it, so it was cool, though, and I never had it. A pretty cool tape, though. Pretty fucking cool, man. So, that is the tape. That is the CD. That's what we got, man. The Mace, the physical. Mm. Did you have any of these? Let me know in the comments.
Let's spin this record and revisit the world of Mace. Okay, man, we starting off proper, in my opinion. A classic intro from Puffy. For Mace, this is the setting. It's Harlem. The streets and names, the birthplace. You can't do a better intro for someone's first record. This is a literal introduction. Music is cool, man. This is history. His world, Harlem World, man. Perfect intro. And if you thought this was gonna start out gutter like Life After Death, you was incorrect. First track, Do You Wanna Get Money? We finally get into that. It's upbeat, the tempo is fast, it's up, and we got some cool singing on the hook. The beat's actually, it kind of feels like an extension off of Biggie's Hypnotize, right? Do you hear it? I hear it, And so far, this is a cool way to start the record. We go through a slick intro, perfect intro, and then we get the first track here. Do you want to get money? It's upbeat, man, and that's the question. Do you want to get money? Is that the whole theme for this record? Do you want to get money? That's a question we ask ourselves now. We aren't beefing with coasts, labels, or anything, man. It's just a simple question. Do you want to get money? That's the whole point of this now, ain't it? Man, it's crazy. But you know what? It feels like an extension from Hypnotize in my opinion, but I don't think it's anywhere as iconic. The track doesn't really offend me though. I think it's a proper first track. Is it fire? I mean, it's hot, but it's not like out of this world. I give props. I give it props though. You know, Mace, he has that nice flow here. He has some lyrics that that are a nod to Biggie, and they keep it easy here, man. It's an easy track to love. It's an easy track to love. The vocals, they're the cherry on top, man. They're pretty sweet. So, you know, it doesn't take long for the record to get a little grimy though. On Take What's Yours. On Take What's Yours, we got a young DMX. You know, you want to talk hot 97. DMX was buzzing in NY and spreading that buzz all over the country, really. He had that grit, that thug look. It was a perfect storm for X, man, because we were looking for that next guy, you know. And this ain't DMX's story, but it's a segment in time where these giants walk the earth together. You know, Mace, DMX, Puff Daddy, right there in the same building. It's incredible, and you had to be there. You know, you had to be there at that moment in time to see the rise of DMX. You know, rest in peace. But some of us were there to see the whole thing unfold. The record is off to a good start. You know, lyrically, Mace is proving to be interesting. I mean, it's like a gangsta sloth style, I like to say. It's like slow, you know, but it continues that mafia writing style that Biggie did so well. And plus on the track, well, we didn't even know that DMX was going to be such a big star yet, you know. He was just up and coming. He had a lot of buzz. But check out the sick lyrics from Mace on here. They just might be my favorite, man, from this song.
Yo, if you think I'm on some sweet shit, then won't you creep quick? I let the heat spit, make a nigga G flip. Classic criminal, keep a gap by my genitals. Thug love me, so don't get splashed for the minimal. We never best up, being a double breast tuck. Plus, keep a fresh cut, pitch me getting left stuck. I let one loose to show you I ain't the one dude. And I ain't bluffing nothing, nigga, all my guns shoot. You let your gun loose, none of them niggas gun proof. Watch them niggas drop when I pop one in they sunroof. And we be led bustin', leaving niggas head
Gangsta,
gushing.
man.
You niggas talking about
That
guns
ups
like
the gangsta rating here for me, man. It ups the gangsta rating. One flawless thing about the record is the skits. For the most part, you know. Are they flawless? You know, spoiler alert, they're all worth a listen. Take this one, for example. The Mad Rapper, or the Mad Producer now. Dude, I loved hearing the Mad Rapper on Biggie's record. And just so you know, he's just being mad, you know. Mace is doing his thing on here as the calm host. That is Mace, right? It sounds like Mace to me. He's being that calm host. It's hilarious, man. These type of tracks make me think that there's more talent behind Mace. You know, maybe acting, maybe writing scripts, movie scripts, or who knows, man. I don't know, man. But whoever's composing this skit, I'm assuming it's maybe Mace and Puffy together. It's hilarious, man. It's good shit. You know, paints a picture here. I love the guy's voice, man. And then the producer is just kind of like, I did it. He's got cheddar, dog. Good shit, you know. I appreciate the humor, you know. We don't take ourselves too seriously. You know, let's move on. Will They Die For You, featuring Lil' Kim, and the topic of death in hip hop right now is still a sensitive topic. Staying true to that bad boy sound though, with some guitar and sample looping on a serious topic, you know, I gotta say Lil' Kim outskills both of these guys here. I mean, we had no idea she's pretty much paving the way for a new genre of female rappers, even up to today, man. So this is some great lyrical work for her. The Diddy talking through is laughable only because he hasn't aged that well in 2024, you know. But it's a dope track though, and I wouldn't skip it. I think Lil' Kim though shines the hardest on this one. You know, it's got that bad boy sound, you know, whatever. Catchy hook. I gotta say, it's a dope track, man. I give it a thumbs up. I say it's fire. And at this point, we're seeing what we're getting here, and I think we're pretty happy. You know, we're not disappointed. We ain't skipping any tracks yet. We're like, all right, man, this is a good record. So let's shift our focus back on Mace. Looking at Me. This beat, it's simple, man. It's simple, but it's effective. And It's dope, in other words. It's not crazy at all. It hardly changes for the hook, even. It's a little bit catchy, though, with Puffy, interfering. And Mace himself invents catchy lines on this one. Classic lines, like, I can't get mad because you look at me, because on the real, look at me. Like, come on, man, that's hilarious. That's an iconic line from Mace. His writing might be at his best on this track. His storytelling and delivery make this one of the best tracks on the record, in my opinion. Maybe the crown jewel, honestly.
Down to the floor. Really do it matter as long as I score? Can't my car look better than yours? Can I have a bad bitch without no flaws? Come to see me without no drawers. In a stretch Lex with about 10 doors. I was murdered, P. Diddy named me pretty. Did it for the money, now can you get with me? People wanna know who is he? He get busy, spray so much Izzy. Girls get dizzy. Niggas on the block know Mace my toe. One thing about Harlem World, we all got dough. 98 Tahoe.
I like the track. I give it a fire rating. So, who's writing the skits on this album, though? That makes me wonder. Was it Puff Daddy, Because White Girl, it isn't hilarious or anything, but it's so, it's kind of just natural. Mace is a natural on this stuff, and the character that is Mace, he's nailing it. He's just nailing it. So that skit's all right. Let's move on, though, to the next track here. Love You So featuring Billy Lawrence. An 80s hit reworked because the bad boy, I don't know, because it's bad boy, 80s reworks, that's bad boy. Remixes, whatever you want to call it. Tina Marie was the original on a track called Square Biz, if you're curious. And he mixes up Rose Royce's Ooh Boy. That's the sample that really sticks out to me. This whole sample is crazy, but Ooh Boy, I heard that before. It's crazy. First time I heard that was probably, it had to be Candyman's Knockin' Boots. It was on the radio for sure. And man, that was a dope ass track back in the day, man. I was just a kid. But also DJ Quick uses it on Sweet Black. You gotta check out that track. All classics. I gotta give Puffy props on this one. The combination of the two songs of different genres and making it great and seem effortless. It's an art. It's an art form, man. He's mastered it. He's on top of his game right here for sure. The track itself, it's corny, okay? We can look back and say this is a corny ass track, right? But this is Bad Boy, man. And I don't think we'd want it any other way. Bad Boy, the master of corny tracks, 80s remixes. But they're good at it. They're good at it. It really is what separates the label from any other gangster rap label, if you ask me.
Different color bins in every garage. You would have thought 95. Earth spin twice. Mace be billboards, hide merchandise. Player like me must deserve this life. Every girl trick kid if you work her right. My click bubble. Why you wish me trouble so hot? Bad boy gonna have to ship me double.
Let's switch, man. Let's switch coasts here on Player Way. 8 Ball and MJG and Mo Suave on the beat. This is a Suave House track, man. I love it. 8 Ball, MJG, they make an appearance and they don't disappoint. These guys brought all the noise in 97. I feel like Mace takes a back seat on here in comparison. A lot of rappers do, and 8 Ball is in the house. The guy is a genius, one of the best writers of the South. And if I had to be honest, I'd say he was the best writer in the South. MJG, like usual, is like the color commentating MC, the complimentary guy to 8 Ball. And his strong presence here helps make a classic track, man. Put it on your playlist, man. This is a classic. I love the Suave House sound here, It's like space age shit, with a little bit of Bad Boy in there. That space age pimpin'. This track is fire, man. Mace doesn't disappoint on here either. It's fire. Check it out. Put it on your playlist. One of my favorites, man.
Everything that I do be all about the loot. I be kicking up dust in my polo boots. Getting blowed on the road, taking smoke up my nose. I give the world to a woman, but I don't love hoes. I'm a player, baby, and don't you forget, you need to get with it. Let me hit it and split it.
break of dawn, can't stop. I'm too hot, look, shit, my niggas rock. Hype, man, be in the drop. Me no care if the V's be tinted, you won't see me in it. That's just TV.
So, you know,
by the way you talk.
let's move on. You know, we got the hater interlude. It's a skit that's been done a million times, sure, you know. I mean, if you look at Yuck Mouth's Albulation, we got a skit similar to this about, you know, doing things, and he's being hated on by some guys in the hood, you know. You might skip it, but thankfully it's really short and not too annoying. It's a good intro to Ends Wanna Act, though, this next track that gives Busta Rhymes a chance to shine on the hook, and the hook only. And sometimes that's just the perfect way to use Busta Rhymes. Am I right? I mean, I love Busta Rhymes on hooks, man. I've never heard a Busta Rhymes album in full. Maybe I'm crazy. Give me a Busta Rhymes recommendation, where to even start. But I've heard plenty of tracks with him featured on it that end up being some of my favorite songs, man. 8 Ball, Puffy, Nas. Mace getting hella gangsta here, though, man. His flow is fucking dope.
Kill, never blow back. You the nigga never did, but seem to know all the facts. Yo, I know niggas like you, cause I meet them all the time. And I greet them with the 9 if they ever keep what's mine. Once I lose, I get low. Put a fool in the yoke, 2 to a stoke. Take his jewels in his coat. More than likely, you ain't got to like me. And this might be the last time I take you nicely for my legion. Fill up the season and start squeezing. Niggas talking shit, be behind the cars weaving. There's no breathing. Ain't nobody in it leaving. You kill my man, I kill your bitch, now we even. I'm from a cold world where it's bleeding.
We've heard the Kool and the Gang Hollywood Swingin' sample 100 times, and we're turning that final corner on the record, and I think that having an easy track to like helps us get through what's gonna be a long 1 hour and 6 minutes. This is an easy track to like, man. But it's also easy to look past Mace's flow because the beat gets your attention more than anything. But you'll find gems of rhymes and delivery on this track. This is where Mace, you could see why he was signed. His talent is on display. It's the reinvention of Bad Boy. It's a crazy song. It's a gangsta. Not at all, really, but it's one of them Bad Boy tracks. You know, you gotta have these corny remixes on Bad Boy. And that's the best place to do it, man. This is what built that Bad Boy empire. So, you know, we've heard it 100 times. It's still a cool track. It's not offensive. It's an easy track to love. Let's move on, man, because we got a ways to go, right? We're turning that final corner here. But like I said, man, it's a long record. So then we come to what you want. You know, I skipped this track back in the day. I remember that, you know. I remember skipping this track back in the day. And sometimes time is kind to tracks you skipped when you were younger. Sometimes a lot of time is kind. Like 2 decades at least. Saying all that, I'm still skipping this track. I'm still skipping it, man. I ain't really getting down with Total. I don't know, man. It's got a decent guitar. You know, it's, the song is kind of just boring to me. However, if you listen to Mace's writing on it and his ability to keep a story interesting, you might enjoy it the first or second time. His writing is cool, though, you know. I give the writing props. But I'm gonna pass on the track still. We're on to the next skit this time. And it's still memorable, you know, he's on the phone here with a couple of chicks. It's funny the first, second time you hear it, you know, it keeps its comedic value. But will you skip it? I mean, you kind of will. It's like, you know how it ends, whatever. But it is funny, you know, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't think it's offensive, but you might skip it. It does set up the following track pretty well, though, I suppose. You know, Cheat on You, featuring Lil C's and Jay-Z. And all right, look, I can't say this track is fire. We got Jay-Z and the underachiever Lil C's. The last couple tracks have this slower tempo, you know, this one, the last one. And I think we're in for the ladies stretch. Like this part of the album is for the ladies, you know, it's the ladies stretch. I don't know who's on the hook, but the hook is actually kind of catchy, you know? The topic here, I don't know, and the features too, they're just not that interesting. It doesn't make the Mace ultimate playlist for me. I give it a meh, you know? I'm skipping it, to tell you the truth. So, now we're in the real final stretch of the record. You made it this far, you can get up and stretch or whatever. After a couple of songs, Mace comes back with that gangsta shit, 24 Hours to Live. featuring The Lox, Black Rob, rest in peace, and DMX, rest in peace. Wow, man. Stellar features on here, man. That's crazy, right? So first off, the beat is incredible on here. It's incredible. It has an old school feel, but it's even modern today, man. It still sounds up to date. This is the type of track that got me curious about that East Coast gangsta genre. The storytelling by each guy is crazy as hell. I mean, I enjoyed every line on this song. The track goes on the 100 Gangsta track playlist. Subscribe for sure, man. It's gonna make it. What do you think about the track, man? Is this the best track on the Mace record? I mean, the storytelling is great. The topic is great. You know, 24 Hours to Live. Eazy-E did it too. Just one of those songs, you know, it's automatic tension. Like, oh shit, 24 Hours to Live, let's go. This track does not disappoint. I give it fire. So next track though, Mace slows things down, you know, on I Need to Be. The song, I think it's incredible. Hear me out, hear me out. It's a slow jam. Yeah, sure, it's a slow jam, but it ain't like how it sounds, man. It really ain't. Mace writes of the struggle and dangers of some of them young ladies out there clamoring to be with Mace, you know. We were all young and handsome, right? Right? We were all young and handsome before in your high school years or a little later. Maybe you could relate to some of these lyrics. I mean, I think it's cool, man. It really takes you back. You could probably, I don't know, man. He goes into a lot of detail here too. It's crazy, the peer pressure and temptation, and he lays out the struggle. Great storytelling. It's just great storytelling, and in my opinion, one of the best tracks. I just love the writing on here, how detailed he is. You can almost feel the emotion of both parties here. The ladies and the guys, you know, they're all getting peer pressure, you know. The ladies are getting peer pressure from the men are getting peer pressure from their homies, and it's just like this collision of temptation. I think it's an underrated track, man. Let me know what you think, man. Am I crazy? I don't know. Hey, let's go on to the next track here, man. Watch Your Back. My favorite skit on this record for sure. I think it's my favorite skit. I don't even know if Mace knew that this was being recorded. I mean, if you listen to his response, all of his responses on here, man, it's hilarious, man. Who's your girl? Who's your girl? You know, the guy sounds like a maniac, man. And Mace just like, okay, whatever, you know. The guy reminds me of a Jamal on that Stars show with those two gangsters from Detroit. I already forgot the name, but I love that show. You know, I just see this crazy guy fucking, oh man, and I want to go to jail, man. It's like, damn. I love the skit, man. I will never skip it. I will never skip it. It's a great lead up to One Hurt Mace. This late in the record and we get a hard track again? Man, this is that mafia type shit, man. Dressed up in a simple hook that's a little deceiving on the topic here, along with the gangsta beat, gangsta lyrics. You know, his timing on the flow is incredible. This could be the hottest record on the album. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about it, man? I think having such a gangsta track, a mafia track here, that gangsta sloth style of Mace, I'm happy that we get a track like this to finish the record, you know, to finish the record. Almost. Let's move on to the final track here. The last track featuring 112, Jealous Guy. Having the perfect outro or final track is an art, and this record gets an A+ for it, man. We have rappers singing. They have no business singing. It's cringe. It's so bad. It's good, though. You know, it's so bad, it's good. It touches on more player-hater themes. You would think Bad Boy made up the word player-hater by now, but, you know, we're kind of just celebrating a dope record and a dope track at the end, and that's what we're getting here, man. What do you guys think, man? Is it so bad it's good? Am I off my rocker? I think it's a funny track, you know. You get these guys just singing. Like I said, they got no business singing, and they're just letting it all out here, man. Mace left nothing on the field. He really gave it all on this record, I think, with the topics, lyrics, his flow, you know, the beats. You know, I think Puffy spent a good amount on the beats. You know, Angeletti, fucking dope, man. Dope as producer. So let's go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. This record is Probably a 9 out of 10, you know. You might say an 8 out of 10. It's up there though, it's high. Puff went all in, you know. He went all in on Mace and the gamble paid off. You know, Mace not only redefined Bad Boy, but carried the torch for Biggie. His legacy, probably not as impactful as Biggie, obviously, but that's a generational talent. You know, Biggie, a legend. The album in its own right, memorable, and you might even say iconic. What makes an iconic album? Unforgettable, effortless lyrics, maybe new upcoming rappers that are legends in disguise, dope ass beats. Bad Boy knew how to pull the ear holes of the world, even those of us who are West Coast first. I can't forget 8 Ball and MJG on here. You know, I was buying anything with their name on it in 97. So that's genius marketing. A lot of good shit on here. A lot of good to like on the Mace Harlem World record. The bad, how about the lack of a Biggie verse, man? Like, there's none to be found here. Why? Who knows, man? I didn't care for maybe like 2 tracks, What You Want and Cheat on You. Meh, you know? Is the record too long? You can argue that, but there's so much good on here. I think it's a gamble that was worth it. There's plenty for everyone, so I guess it's good. I would say take out the 2 songs I didn't like, but you know what? Those are the 2 songs that make the record what it is to somebody else. You know, somebody who likes those songs, the slow jams, you know, whatever. You know, they're geniuses. They're smarter than me, man. The Ugly, I don't think Mace ever matched the product on this record, you know. I'm not sure about his other records, but taking a listen to his sophomore effort on Bad Boy, I was just kind of like, nah. And then I never went back. He retired and I lost interest. That's the ugly part about this, you know. It wasn't something he'd ever do again. You know, I don't know, man. At least to me back then, I thought Puffy or whatever, you know, he was just sometimes cringe in his vocals. To me, you look at him with the new lens now in 2024, it's kind of funny, you know, it's kind of funny. I mean, it was going to be obvious to say that Puffy is now like the ugly of the record, but you know, it's just, you just see him in a new lens now, unfortunately, and he's all over the record. So it's like, oh, wow, it's P. Diddy, you know, whatever, man. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give it 2 scores. I'm going to give it 2 scores here, okay? One is my very special score, and the other one is going to be the Gangsta meter. How gangsta is this? So, you know, the very, very special score for Mace Harlem World, I'm going to give it 9 Maces giving your girl his number, okay? How did I come up with that? I don't know. And how gangsta was it? His mafia vibe was like, speak softly and carry a big stick. And littered in at almost half the tracks, you know, the hard beats on some of the tracks give it that OG context. You know, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 gangsta. This ain't SIBO, but it ain't all dancing videos and shit either. But then again, sometimes it is. You know, and that's just where it stands. Let me know what you think about this record in the comments. Is this album a classic? I think it gets classic status. I really think it gets classic status. Some of the features on here, you know, make it classic. DMX, The Lox, Black Rob, even Busta Rhymes doing some of the hook. Like, there's legends on here. They weren't legends back then. They're legends now. Mace's writing, that mafia sloth style, is dope. It's dope. And, you know, it's Bad Boy. It's definitely 100% Bad Boy with the cheesy, corny, cringy fucking songs, the 80s remixes. But these are the only guys that can really get away with it, in my opinion. And that's what makes Bad Boy Records. Mace, if anything for sure, this is a classic Bad Boy album. Is it a classic gangster rap album? I don't know, man. You be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Let me know about any other records you want me to check out. I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Give me that subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I'm out. Peace.